It was 10 times better than last time. It was, yeah.
Oh,
yeah? It was just, yeah. I felt like I was in a place where I could be on the podium, and I wasn't just there as a participant, whereas last time in Sochi, I came 15th, which was, at the time, great for me. Yeah, and I was really happy with that, but it's like, you know, you're at the Olympics, you want to get a podium, so it was really cool to be there, to know I was in a position to make that happen, and yeah, it made like going back to our room together like so much nicer. We were like, thank God we both got medals. Or one would have been like crying, the other's like trying to hide that they're happy, you know. Like, yeah. Kelsey, I always joke because Kelsey's like she's hilarious. She's so hilarious, and or we called our teammate Georgia Simmerling, who got injured in Nikiska before the Olympics, and she was like, I'm sorry, girls, but I find it so comical that it was you 1 and 2. And we were like, yeah, we're getting that a lot. It's just like, yeah. And, yeah, it was just I was just having so much fun skiing. So, yeah, then when we got to the final, we were just so happy to be there, and we knew no matter what, one of us was going to be on the podium. We had the start section, which kind of separated people, and then there was a long flat with some terrain, which you could get in a draft there. So that's what I was doing. I was usually 3rd or 4th out of the start, so I would just tuck in behind the other skiers, and then you get what we call like either a double draft or a triple draft. So if you're behind 3 people, it's almost like you get a slingshot. So yeah, it's really cool. You really have to time it well, and you have to be as close to the person as possible, almost hitting them, and then pull out and be super close. In the final run, I tried to make that pass that I'd been making all day, but one of the other girls, the Swedish girl, Sandra Naslund, the World Cup leader, she was right where I wanted to be, so I tried to sneak in, and she was cutting me off. She wasn't having that. Yeah, so she blocked me. Exactly, and then the course is quite technical, and like it's a difficult section of the course next, and it's really risky to make passes there. So I knew all I had to do was stay in touch with the group, and I knew exactly where my passing option was, and then when it came up,
you were ready for that pass on the left.
Exactly, and that was kind of my last shot. It was tight, yeah, and I knew 2nd place and 3rd place were going to be pretty close, so I could see that they were pretty close, so I knew they were distracted by each other. So yeah, my plan was to either take the tight line, which was the better plan, but if they were there, then I would have taken the round line and tried to accelerate that way, and then pass them on that straight. But yeah, sure enough, they went wide, and then I saw the opening, and I was like, that's way more space than I need, thank you. And yeah, just
knowing alpine skiing, because that's where you come from.
Yeah.
Does it help you, like, for those passes?
For sure, yeah.
Close to the gate, like going down, downhill, or not downhill, but slalom.
Definitely, yeah, and it brings a lot of confidence to the passing, just because, like, I know in a turn that there's not too many girls that are better turners than I am, so I know whatever speed I can carry out of the turn is probably more than they can, especially if they're distracted by each other. So yeah, once I saw that space, I was like, okay, just arc the best turn you can, and you try to be quiet. That's what I always try to do. I try to be quiet, not so they don't know I'm there, and swerve. Yeah, so
because you're all around, like, you're surrounded by the skiers. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Going on
Yeah, it's different for everyone. I mean, I listen a lot. I hear people all the time. If someone's coming up behind me, I hear them, but I know like some other competitors, they're like in the zone and they don't hear that. But yeah, exactly. So I think and some really good racers like don't hear. So I think it's really specific to the person. But yeah, whenever I'm going in for a pass, I'm trying to like be as soft as I can on my skis, and yeah, exactly. So then you just go by them, and yeah, exactly. And then yeah, because for me, if I'm getting passed by someone, I can hear them coming, so I'm going to try to shut the door and make it so they can't pass. So I think I actually had the top speed recorded for the girls, and it was 83 kilometers an hour.
Everybody was impressed about the jump.
Yeah.
That opening gate.
Yeah, just the drop. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you guys impressed for that start gate?
So we got the picture and the dimensions of the start gate, I think about a year ago. So we kind of like have had an idea. So a lot of our World Cups have kind of been a drop out of the gate this year, but nothing compared to the Olympics. And we actually built a start simulation in Whistler before. Just with the drop, yeah.
The sight of not seeing.
Exactly. Yeah, because once the gates close, you can't see anything. So it's just you have to know exactly how hard to pull and when to go down. Exactly. Yeah. So it's and yeah, then the next feature, which was like a step up, it was really hard to get up at first. Anyway, the one in Whistler that we built the first day, none of the guys even made it up. Yeah, exactly.
Few World Cup after
Yeah.
the Olympics. How did
Yeah.
it go for the Russian one?
Yeah, it was incredibly tight from to go to our next races in Russia, and it was absolutely mental. The travel there, it was like 35 hours, and everyone was just wanting a break. You know, it was like such a huge build up to the Olympics, and then so it was just there was so much hype, and then it was like almost like Olympics letdown a little bit, like right after. So
Yeah,
all of us, exactly, yeah. So
you're not feeling as
yeah, like not excited to ski the course, not excited to like go through the whole process of like inspecting the course and like learning it by heart and trying to get aggressive and like, you know, 'cause, yeah, I just like couldn't get into that like mindset. And I still wasn't sleeping at all because I was just like so excited about the race, and like every time I go to bed I was like, oh my god, like an Olympic medal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it was just it was just like so hard to sleep for the like at least the first 2 weeks. I was just like, and I wake up in the night and be like, oh god, we have an Olympic medal. Yeah, so it was, I was like not physically feeling good. I was just exhausted. I like couldn't sleep when I was tired. It was like I was just jet lagged basically. But yeah, then the race day came, and somehow I managed to ski really well, and come second. And that was also kind of a weird feeling because I came through the finish and I was waiting for like that, you know, ecstatic feeling, but it like never came, and I was like, what? This is my first World Cup podium. Like, and then
I should be
exactly. I was
excited.
trying to like, you know, get excited, and like even like the coach was like, are you okay? Like, you just got a World Cup podium. It's your first one. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I was just like waiting for something, but it wasn't there. And they're like, well, you know, there's really nothing that's going to compare to that result. And it was just, and then
it's very close to the Olympics, so you didn't sink in that medal yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
Still
it was.
working on it.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really weird. Obviously, I was really happy and stuff, but I was still like, all I was thinking about was the Olympic medal. So it was like a little unfortunate that my first World Cup medal came after my Olympic medal, because it was like a bit of a different feeling. But obviously, still super happy. And my teammate Kevin Jury got a podium that day, and he was 4th at the Olympics. So I was almost more happy for him. I was like, because he was like, exactly. So, and then the next day he won and I came second again. So it was just like, wow, like all we had to do was ski, and look how good we are. So yeah, it was.
And looking to your summer, what you gonna do?
Bike racing. Yeah, straight to it. Yeah. My first race is in 2 weeks, so that'll be interesting, as I haven't been on a bike in 5 months, but. It's all good. My bike team is super supportive of skiing, and they think ski cross is like the coolest thing ever. And
It's probably like
how you corner, how do you handle terrain, like carry momentum. It's like, you know, just reaction, like going fast, and it's really all the same to me. And I think it helps me a lot just staying in that race mind, because I find it really difficult when you go 6 months of the year without racing, and then you get to the first World Cup and you're like, don't know how I should be activated, what I should be thinking of mentally, and all that stuff. So bike racing, for me, it's really fun. It's something I love. It's a passion of mine, and it allows me to kind of play around with the activation levels and the start gate, and try different things, and just see really what works for me. And that's what I thought going into this season was huge. I was just I managed to find like a really good mindset where I was calm, and I was
more mentally prepared.
exactly more mentally prepared, and I was just like never nervous, and I was just like enjoying racing. And I think that's when you do your best. It's really
Towards another Olympic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. One more, and then we'll see. Depending on if Calgary gets the Olympic bid or not, then I was the alternate athlete in Vancouver in Alpine, so I think it'd be really cool to compete on home soil at the Olympics. So yeah, we'll see where my body's at and if I still love it. And but right now, definitely one more cycle, and then maybe another one. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, Brittany.
Yeah. Thank you. Awesome.
Relatively